hardware fails, and updates glitch. It's not a matter of if, but when. And when your smart home runs your daily life, a crash isn't just a glitch, it's a roadblock for the whole family. Building a powerful smart home is incredibly rewarding, but it shouldn't come with the constant anxiety of losing it all. Today, we are going to take the stress out of the equation. Before we add another device or build another dashboard, we are setting up your ultimate insurance policy by drafting your disaster recovery blueprint. This blueprint is held up by 3 critical pillars. The first pillar is a core backup. This is a complete snapshot of your Home Assistant operating system, your apps, and all of your custom code. Luckily, Home Assistant has a backup system built right in that allows for you to schedule your system backups to run automatically on the schedule you want. To use the built-in backup system, click on Settings, then System, and finally Backups. If you haven't set this up yet, you'll see a message prompting you to get started. To set up backups for the first time, click on the blue Setup Backups button towards the top of the page. You'll then be provided a pop-up window with an encryption key. This key is very important and is required to actually use a backup made by Home Assistant. I recommend saving it in a password manager if you utilize one. You can and should click on the Download button next to the Download Emergency Kit section. This will download a text file that includes the encryption key and some information on when the key was made. Once all set, click on Next. On the next page, you'll be presented 2 options, Recommended and Custom. Custom is exactly as it sounds, and will let you fine-tune how backups are run, how many copies of backups are kept, and what exactly is actually backed up. Recommended sets backups to run every day, backs up everything that can be backed up, and keeps the last 3 days worth of backups. If you're not really sure what you want for backups, selecting Recommended is perfectly fine, as some kind of backup is better than no backup, and you can always make changes to the backup settings in the future. After selecting Recommended, a backup should automatically get triggered and you should see the status of the backup process at the top. As can be seen, a successful backup ran 2 seconds ago and was stored in one location, and the next backup is scheduled to run tomorrow at 4:58 a.m. Right now, we are just setting this up as a standard daily timer. But later in the series, when we unlock the real power of the automation engine, I'm going to show you how to trigger these backups dynamically. We'll be able to use real-world events as triggers to back up Home Assistant. If you want to see exactly how we build those advanced automations later in the series, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But for today, getting this daily backup foundation running is exactly what we need. Under the My Backups section, you should see 3 options: Automatic Backups, Apps Update Backups, and Manual Backups. Automatic backups are the ones made by the system from your scheduled backups. App Update Backups are made when you do app updates. And Manual Backups are the ones made when you manually trigger a backup. Clicking on any section will bring you to the list of all backups the system knows about, but with a specific filter applied to that category. If you ever want to see all, or a different set of backups, you can change the filter at the top left-hand side of the page. You can also click on the blue Show All Updates button on the previous page to bring you here without a filter applied. From this page, you'll be able to get information about the different backups Home Assistant knows about, as well as download them or delete them. If you download a backup file directly from Home Assistant, it is downloaded unencrypted, meaning you won't need your key to restore it. But if you ever have to pull a backup file directly from an outside source, like your NAS or cloud storage, and encryption was enabled for that location, you will need your key during the restore process. This is why saving your emergency kit is so important. Back on the main page is a section called Backup Settings. Here you'll have several options similar to the My Backups section, where each one brings you to the same page but different sections of the settings page. Automatic Backups contains the settings for when and how automatic backups will run. Schedule is how often the backups run, and you can pick which days to run it. Time is when the backup runs. I leave it at System Optimal, which will be between 4:45 a.m. and 5:45 a.m., but you can set it to whatever you want. Backup Preference when updating is what the backup setting will be set to when you update Home Assistant. Skip Backups means you'll have to manually enable the backup to trigger before an update, and the other will automatically have it set. With either option, you can always change it at time of update. Retention is how long you want backups to be kept before being deleted. I recommend doing at least 3 backups worth. The backup data section is what actually gets backed up. All of these options are pretty straightforward, and take note you can do all apps, no apps, or a custom set of apps for the backup. Locations is where you can enable or disable where backups are saved, as well as make some slight changes to the location settings. For example, you can turn off backup encryption on backups stored on the system itself if you want. App Update Backups is where you can change the default behavior of the backup toggle when going to update Home Assistant. Under the encryption key section is where you can download or view your current encryption key as well as change it. Having an automatic system backup is great, but if you're running radios such as Zigbee or Z-Wave, we aren't done just yet. Your Zigbee and Z-Wave networks actually live completely on your USB radios. If you lose your hardware stick to failure or your configuration to corruption, your core backup might not be able to help you fully recover these important networks under certain circumstances. That's why the second pillar of our disaster recovery blueprint is radio backups. Let's first talk about Zigbee. When running the built-in Zigbee home automation integration, backups are actually automatically done for easy restoration as part of the Home Assistant backup process. And while it's great that the backup will happen as part of the backup process for Home Assistant, you may want to take your own manual backup as well, which is pretty straightforward. Simply click on Settings, Zigbee, and then download next to Download Backups towards the bottom of the screen. This will then download a JSON file to your device. This JSON file contains all the information needed to restore your Zigbee network, including security keys, so make sure to protect it. Next up is Z-Wave. To capture a backup, simply click on Settings, Z-Wave, and then Download next to Download Backups towards the bottom of the screen. This will then download a bin file to your device. This file contains all the information needed to restore your Z-Wave network, including security keys, so make sure to protect it. For Thread and Matter networks, that is all actually saved as part of the main Home Assistant backup when backing up the apps, so nothing extra to worry about there. The third and final pillar of our disaster recovery blueprint is all about backup location and having multiple copies of our backups. A backup is completely useless if it's trapped on a fried hub. You need multiple backup locations to help protect against extreme hardware failure. Because we always prioritize keeping our data local, your primary location should be a NAS or a PC on your local network. It's fast, private, and ensures your data never leaves your home. You can add a network location for use within Home Assistant by clicking on Settings, System, and then Storage. From here, click on Add Network Storage, and enter in the information for the network location. Make sure to indicate the network storage is going to be used for backup, and then click on Connect when all set. Once the location has been added into Home Assistant, you can utilize it as part of the automatic backup settings by enabling it under Locations. You'll know if a backup is stored on your network storage because you'll have a little NAS icon located under Locations. Having a copy of your backup on Home Assistant and even a NAS in your home is great. However, for a true disaster recovery plan, you also need an off-site location in case of extreme hardware loss due to physical events or cyber events such as a crypto locker. Luckily, Home Assistant supports several different cloud storage options that are pretty easy to set up. You can actually find a full list of supported options on the Home Assistant Integrations catalog by filtering down the category to backup. Some integrations are a bit more involved than others, so you'll want to take a look into what is actually required to get things set up. Another cloud storage option for backups to consider is Home Assistant Cloud from Nabucasa. Backup storage is included in the subscription for Home Assistant Cloud and is one of the easiest options to get set up. Do keep in mind that for Home Assistant Cloud, only the most recent backup will be saved, and backups can only be up to 5 GB in size. So keep that in mind if you want to back up your media as well. I personally recommend having 2 different cloud backup locations, even if you plan on utilizing Home Assistant Cloud. There are free options available, and an extra layer of protection isn't going to hurt. Just like with network storage, once you have your cloud storage integrations added in, you'll be able to set them for use as backup locations under Locations in the backup settings. You can also verify that your backups are at the expected locations, as you'll see the corresponding icon under Locations for the backup files. So your 3 pillars are built and your smart home is protected. But what happens when disaster actually strikes? Let's say a power surge completely fries your Home Assistant hardware, taking your Zigbee and Z-Wave USB sticks with it. You'll first need to buy new hardware, unless you've opted to have cold spares laying around. Make sure you have any additional radios or other plug-in accessories plugged in, and then power on the new hub. When you get to the initial welcome screen on the new hub, do not click on Create Home. Instead, click on either Upload Backup if you have the backup file, or click on Home Assistant Cloud if you have set up Home Assistant Cloud Backup. If you're restoring a backup from Home Assistant Cloud, you'll need to log in and follow the rest of the prompts to restore Home Assistant. If you're restoring from a file upload, you can go ahead and select the file now and wait for the file to upload to your new hub. Once it's done being processed, you can select what you want to restore to the hub. You'll most likely want to restore everything, but that will depend on your setup. If the backup you've uploaded is encrypted, you'll also need to enter in the encryption key at the bottom before being able to restore. If you don't see the section for an encryption key, then you didn't upload an encrypted backup and you're good to go. Clicking on Restore Backup will then trigger the restore process for your new hub. This will take a good amount of time, and you can expect it to take even longer if you're restoring a lot, so just be patient. During this time, do not close or refresh the page, and do not power cycle your new hub. Once the backup restore is completed, you'll be presented with your Home Assistant as if nothing happened. Here's where Home Assistant is incredibly smart. If you are using the built-in ZHA integration for Zigbee, the backup we just restored actually restores your Zigbee network automatically. But what if your main hub is perfectly fine, and only your USB radio stick fails? This is exactly why radio backups are part of the second pillar for a disaster recovery blueprint. If a Zigbee stick fails, you just plug in a new one. Home Assistant will automatically detect it and give you a warning notification that the new stick settings don't match your network. All you then have to do is click on that notification, follow the prompts to migrate your configuration using the data it saved, and your Zigbee mesh will come back to life. For Z-Wave, using the built-in Z-Wave JS add-on, the recovery process is the same whether it was a total hub meltdown or just a dead USB stick. First, navigate over to your Z-Wave integration settings and then click on Restore from Backup. Next, upload the bin file we downloaded earlier and let the restore process run. And just like that, every switch, sensor, and automation in your house works perfectly again. No repairing 50 different devices, and no rebuilding your logic from scratch. That is the power of the disaster recovery blueprint. Designing a resilient home isn't just about avoiding failure. It's about being the person who knows exactly what to do when it happens. In our next video, we're finally going to start populating our smart home by looking at the top local first devices you should start with. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy automating.